Hello knife people, I got this box in today from BladeHQ. I'm going to open it up with a good old buck 110. I've got two knives in here from Protech. And BladeHQ sticker. All right, so these are similar but not identical. The Bob Terzuola ATCF Auto, one in black traffic pattern textured handle, stonewash, S45 VN blade, DLC black deep carry clip, and one in gray, otherwise the same, except it's got a bead blasted clip. And BladeHQ has got their logo there on the little sleeve that goes on this package. This is the black one. There we go. Nice looking texture. Good action. Okay. And here is the gray one. Also good action. Okay. So let's get this area cleaned up a little bit, and I will do some size comparisons and run through the Bob Terzuola ATCF more generally. So what I don't have, which I wish I did to offer a comparison, is the non-BladeHQ exclusive version of the Terzuola ATCF automatic from Protech. It's the same size as this BladeHQ exclusive version, but several differences. One is it's not going to have this texture. Okay, this texture is unique to the BladeHQ exclusive. It isn't going to come in this finish, right? There is one with a black handle, but it's going to be aluminum at the bolster and G10 down in this area. And then there are several different finishes. You know, there's a tuxedo one that was very popular, black and white, contrasting bolster and handle scales. There's been one with jigged, I think jigged bone or something like that. There are a bunch of them. They're more expensive, quite a bit more expensive than the BladeHQ exclusive. And part of the reason for that is that they have a milled clip, whereas this BladeHQ one has the same Protech clip that we see on other Protech knives, like here's the Magic, okay, which has a clip that is flush mounted with flathead screws that are inset. They're mounted flush, and it's deep carry, okay. The standard version of the Protech Terzuola has a milled clip, which is not deep carry and is more typical of what Bob Terzuola's custom knives look like. I don't have an ATCF custom. I wish I did, but they're pretty pricey. But I do have some Terzuola design knives that have milled clips. So for example, here is the mass drop version of the ATCF, a production ATCF. And this has a milled titanium clip with hidden hardware. Okay, you don't see the screws on that at all. It's not deep carry. And that's a little more similar to what you get when you pay almost twice as much for the Protech, other than this BladeHQ exclusive model. So let's compare these with some other Terzuola knives, first of all, other than the Protech models. The other knife that's going to be kind of in the same price range, more or less, that's also relatively new on the market, is the OG, the original Gangster ATCF from Fox Knives, which is bigger. Right? Both of these knives are described as having 3.5-inch blades. The OG is actually closer to 3 3/4 inches. And it's got a bit longer handle as well, but same lines basically. It's not an automatic. It has a thumb disc for deployment, and it also has a flipper. And there is Bob's maker's mark, which is on the other side of the blade on the Protech. The OG is in Magnacut. And these are around 250 bucks, I think, which makes them just a tiny bit more expensive than the BladeHQ exclusive version of the ATCF from Protech. I've only had this just a short while, but I think I prefer the Fox. It's got a little more real estate on the handle. Yeah, it's a more comfortable 4-finger grip. I can get 4 fingers on the Protech, but it's got this, not quite a horn, but a kind of a rising area here, which is not super comfortable on my pinky, which isn't an issue on the Fox. Let's look at that. Let's take another look at that mass drop ATCF. I've got 2 of those. I've got one in tan and one in green handle. A little bit more drop to the drop point. Okay, it does have a thumb disc as well, not an automatic. It's a little bit smaller, 3.25 inch, about 3.3 inches, something like that. Titanium hardware, G10 handle scales, titanium liners, okay, liner lock, and a flipper. And it is on bearings, I believe. From MKM, we've got the Bob Terzuola designed flap, right? With a harpoon tip, compound grind. It's a little smaller about 3¼ inches, more or less. No thumb disc deployer. It has a fuller and a removable flipper tab. Titanium bolsters, canvas micarta handle in this case, handle scales, and a satin finish as opposed to the stone washed finish on the blade. Also from MKM, we have the Terzuola designed Maximo, which is a flipper. Kind of similar. Kind of similar. The Maximo is around $200. You can find them a bit less sometimes on sale. This particular one is the SMKW exclusive in burgundy micarta handle scales. This is a frame lock with titanium on the clip side, and it's got a deep carry clip folded over and mounted at the back. It does have a glass breaker. I don't love the flipper action on this knife. The flipper has no jimping at all on it. It is kind of a little slippery. All right. So those are some Terzuola knives for comparison. Let's do some just general size comparison with some things you might be familiar with. How about a Rat 1 and a Rat 2 to get us started? Let's zoom out a little bit here. There's a Rat Model 1, which is a little bit bigger, and a Rat Model 2, which is a little bit smaller. Okay. How about Spyderco? We'll do the Paramilitary 2 and Pair 3. Here's a PM2. Could be a little bulkier in your pocket, a little more reach. And a Pair 3. Okay. Pair 3, just slightly shorter in overall length. A hair or something on here. Sorry about that. From Benchmade, we'll do the Griptilian and Bug Out. Oh, that's a mini Bug Out. Where's my regular Bug Out? There we go. Here's a Bug Out. And a Griptilian. Okay. So, first impressions of this knife, pretty positive. It is certainly more obtainable than the Magnacut version of this knife that is not a BladeHQ exclusive. And some people are going to prefer that deep carry clip. I think I would like the look of a milled clip more, but if I was actually carrying this thing, the deep carry would probably be my preference. Now, my first impressions of this gray finish are not great. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I assumed, without really thinking very much about it, that it was, from the pictures of this thing, that it was not coated, that it was just going to be like plain aluminum. And it's not. It's got a coating on it. It's got a gray coating on it, which is going to scratch off if you carry it. And that's part of the reason that I bought this one, was because I thought, oh, well, the black one's going to get all scratched up if I carry it, and it's not going to look great. But this one maybe it wouldn't be as obvious that it gets scratched. And so this one was going to be the one to carry, and this one I might just put on a shelf or something. But I think this one might go back to BladeHQ, because I'm not loving the look of that gray coating. Of course, that's totally subjective. You may think it's fine, but it's not what I had in mind when I ordered it. I think I prefer just the plain black one. Anyway, that's my take, and I hope you like the video. I hope you subscribe to the channel. You'll see lots more knives, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you. Bye.